Hi, welcome back to another edition of Max and Nikki 1000th Time Reactions.
Where we react to a song for our first time after listening to it for our 1000th time.
We release 3 videos a day,
Every day.
so make sure to hit that subscribe button
And turn on post notifications.
so you don't miss out on all this great content of ours. So what are we going to listen to right now, Max?
We're going to listen to the classic tune, Sleepwalk by Santo and Johnny.
Santo and Johnny Farina.
That's right.
We've heard this song so many times, thousands of times. In fact, we do our own cover of this song.
That we'll put down the link to in the description of this video.
Sure, yeah,
here.
you can check out our cover of this song, which we do in our own interesting and unique way.
That's right.
If you're new to the channel, the way we do things here is we listen to the song all the way through without stopping so we don't interrupt the intention of the artist. And then afterward, we talk about a reaction, go into some in-depth analysis,
and maybe
talk
talk
a little bit
about some
the
history about the song if we should know any.
Sure.
But before we get to the song, as we normally do, we like to mention
that
we
we have
another YouTube channel called Max and Nikki, on which we perform oldies,
like
jazz,
this one,
jazz
standards,
standards,
and originals in that vein.
That's right, and we also got comedy videos on there as well. If you should be interested. But for right now, let's get to listening to Santo and Johnny's Sleepwalk
For our 1000th time.
Here we go.
You know, doesn't that
just got a little bit of a shiver there.
Doesn't that just make you want to just dance with a significant other and just slow dance to that? I mean, gosh, what a romantic song.
It is one of the most romantic songs of all time.
I really do think that. I really do think that.
And you know what? No lyrics.
No lyrics. In fact,
That's the power of music. Just pure music.
In fact, this, I believe, is the first all instrumental song to hit #1 on the Billboard charts.
Is that true? What year is this? 1959.
Yeah.
1959.
Yeah, it's so romantic, and gosh, the way they perform it, it's done with such expertise. I mean, they're really good with the dynamics.
He's really good. I was going to say
the control they have over their guitar playing is really good.
And you know what? I imagine there was little to no compression on his slide guitar that he's using.
For folks who don't know what compression is, compression is a
kind of evens out the dynamics actually
in the post-production process, in the mixing phase of of recording.
Well, no, they could be doing it,
or they could be
back
doing
in the
it-
day. They actually used to try to mix while they were
and
performing.
it kind of evens out the levels, the volume levels, I guess you could say, for the whole track, so
Right,
that
you might
you're not
want-
constantly like
You
turning
generally-
up the track or lowering the volume.
right. It kind of
know.
evens things out. You generally want that on like a pop tune for at least definitely for a singer, because otherwise sometimes like especially if they're there's a dynamic shift in the way they're singing, they might go, hey, you know, it might be too drastic when you're listening on the radio. or
But
something.
with instrumental tracks, whether it's
Well, no,
classical
particularly
music or jazz.
Well, no, not. It's just particularly. No, you could still have it. It's just particularly, yeah, instrumental tracks where there's definitely dynamics matter more, and softer tracks, even singer song, even just when there's a singer, when there's a softer track and they're more conscious of the dynamics being done, you don't want to tamper with that.
I would say,
Particularly with this
for
song,
like musical theater recordings, those are often not using very much compression because the dynamics really matter in that.
Compression tends to make things a little unnatural, actually.
Sure.
And you want to preserve some natural quality to it, particularly with a song.
But yeah,
like
definitely
this.
classical music, is very big on the dynamics.
Well, that's why it's very hard to engineer.
and we're saying the more general term of classical.
Well, it's also hard to. The problem with classical music, you also have to often take care of a whole symphony.
Well, but
so it's hard to adjust. I mean, it's one of the hardest things to engineer. They say actually.
But it is kind of the conductor who almost controls the dynamics and is kind of live compressing, if you will, right?
Well, no, I mean
if
you
you know what
want
I
to. You're trying to create an environment that's appropriate for
Sure.
the audience, you know. And so,
Anyway, we're veering off topic.
veering off topic
The
here.
point is, this song is so romantic, and God, Santo and Johnny play it so.
yeah, let's see. And
Perfectly
did you know
masterful.
their uncle Mike D was playing the drums. That's what it says
Interesting.
here.
How about that?
But it was also. It says they co-wrote it with Anne Farina, who I imagine is their mother. I think. Which is-
Well, anyway, this, I guess they're just. Are they just playing electric guitars, or are they doing slide guitar on this, or what?
of course, slide guitar. That is the
No. What I mean is the lap version.
that is a slide guitar.
Right, but I'm not talking about like the technique.
Oh, you're talking about like using a thing.
the what do they call that you put on your finger that you slide?
No.
the guitar
But
with?
I don't. I guess you haven't seen a live version of this.
I
That is-
have.
That
yeah.
is the. I think you can tell the difference too between
Sure.
like I mean, but somebody's using one of those things on their finger and an actual slide guitar. Oh, I guess you call it a steel guitar. Sorry, I thought it was called a slide guitar. I admit I was I was ignorant on that.
It's interesting to
Slide guitar is a technique, I guess.
right. It's interesting to like
A
think,
lap steel guitar, basically.
It's interesting.
Although he wasn't using a lap, he had it on a. I think generally he put it on a little platform thing or something.
It's interesting to think that or to have access to one of those kinds of instruments to essentially write a song on it. I mean, you have to really think. If you have access to that, it's usually like you probably have a lot of other instruments that you probably work with, and you just decide, oh, let me kind of mess around with this specific instrument.
No. He specifically wanted to learn the steel guitar when he was growing up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Who
that was
Santo or Johnny.
I believe it was Santo. I believe. Let's see. By their phone to learn.
So subscribers, why don't you comment down below and
Oh, actually,
Tell us-
apparently, I'm just reading right now that both of them actually wanted to learn the steel guitar when they were going.
well, there you go.
Yeah.
But gosh, again,
Yeah.
I mean, my perfect match would also want to slow dance to this song.
Sure. Although, do you think this is played out for a romantic dance or no?
No. I mean, just hearing it just now, I'm just like, man, this is just it really is.
It's very romantic.
It's very romantic.
No, but I will say, not only that though, Johnny or whoever's playing just the regular guitar, There seems to be some maybe jazz influence in there. I mean, I heard those last chords had some major sevens going on in there, and maybe a
Sure.
major six. You know, just this, there was a quality to knowing about some music theory there. It seems like.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, God, but just again with just the way the dynamics of the guitar playing, where not just the dynamics, but the attacks. Sometimes there were very soft attacks, or he kind of measured the way he was playing.
But not only that, there were times when he would stop the note and not let it ring out, and there were other times when he let it really just get the full length of that. You know, it resonate. It would resonate a long time, and it would happen on the very soft.
It almost seems like
plucks
he
of the
knew this
strings.
song in and out before they even recorded it.
Sure.
He knew how he was going to play it.
You know,
almost.
it's
Or
this
maybe not.
song, and I would want to dance with somebody to this song, and in a sentimental mood. Now, if they knew that, that's a
Sure, but
romantic
this
one, too.
song, this is where it's at.
I guess, but you know what else is very good? Well, I don't know if I would consider it a romantic song. It's more of it's definitely heartfelt, but Lotus Blossom is very good too.
Okay, all right. By Billy Strayhorn, if you didn't.
Sure, sure.
Anyway, I think that'll do it for this reaction video. If you like what you heard and saw today, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications to find out about more Max and Nikki reaction videos. And also, take a look at our own cover of Sleepwalk. We'll put the link in the description below for you to check that out if you so desire.
Please keep tuning in.